last we observe how to create the scroll bar, right? Set the bonds, unit increments, minimum, maximum labels. We continue with the examples. Just stop these simulations. In our unique increment, we are not adding unique increment. We set the unit increments. Suppose we add the 2, right? That means if we it is 1 3 5 like that, it is jump of the 2. Okay, now we need to implement, right? So which listener? It is a adjustment listener. Listener name is what? It is a adjustment listener. When we can directly create the anonymous class, so it is a 2 tasks at a time: binding and creation. Add adjustment listener, right? To create a noun, I just take a space. Over here we need to pass the adjustment listener. Fine. So what I do, new adjustment listener with this one. So by default, as I click, it's create a blank method for me. Okay. So this is nothing but this is our separate class, anonymous class, which do not have any name, right? Which implement the adjustment listener. For here, what is our target? Take the current value of scroll bar, right? Get value and display that value in the label dot set text. Clear? And is a string, so we convert to the string. Set value is an integer value, right? So we need to custom a string. String dot value of is a wrapper class. Wrapping, right? So it is what we create the implement the listener, define the method, and also bind it. Right? All the 3 tasks are at a time. Now we execute. It is not displayed. Can I stop the previous session if it is executed? Not executed. Fine. Okay. Now we click over here. It is not visible. Scroll bar, JActions. Yes, panel. Show add action listener. Everything is fine. And what we are doing is take. Check it. We added 2 things here. So you can set the size, minimum, fonts. You can set fonts. That's not an issue because we add in the grid layout. Right? We can change the layout. Yes, we can. That is not an issue. We can just take it 2 by 2 for the example. It is not executed. The anonymous inner classes can be turned into the lambda expression. Okay. Initially, you can just try with the previous method. So you can find the exactly problem in their implementations or in anything else. Adjustment listener. So just we need to define this method normal as we define. Label is not accessible over here, so we make it definition outside. This is our normal as previous method. We require the reference of label and scroll bar outside function, so we can easily access button functions. We can also take this one. remove put declaration over here, otherwise it is a override the local definition. Okay, now we try again. Function is not called, by the way. One is there, but something we missing. What we miss? Unit increment, set minimum maximum 100. Everything is written over here. Scroll bar and minimum maximum, so change it 100. This is not an issue, but we can change it. So we can set the value. It is not done it over here, so we can size is fine, that is not an issue. Yes, what we require, right? This one is okay. Yes, right, clear. Okay, go with the next. Slider is the similar kind of the over here scroll bar, right? Similar structure, right? Create the object of the slider, right? Horizontal or vertical slider, right? Minimum value, maximum value, and initial value, right? Set the minor tick spacing. So these are what these parameters are what this what we require to display or not, right? Suppose we do not need to display this one, right? Like this one. So set the minor tick. The minor tick is this one based on the 2. That means 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like that. Distance is 2. Right? We can change it as we require. Suppose we require the 0, 5, 10. Then we set the 5. Measure tick, right? Where it is display the measure line and also with the label. For the label, the next one, but it is a measure line. Measure line at the 10. Right? To 0, 10, 20. Set paint tick. Yes, paint tick we require. And paint label, this is a paint tick and this is a paint label, so we make it true, otherwise it is not visible, right? And similar, it is a add change listener, right? So when we change the value of slider, it is visible, otherwise not visible. And state is change to depend on our value. This is similar kind of the example. So I can take one more over here. We just change it to 1, 3. Okay, create the what kind of the object. This is an example of the slider, JSlider, right? SL equal to new JSlider, right? And orientation, minimum, maximum, and value. Orientation is what? JSlider dot horizontal or vertical. We take the column and add in the vertical fashion, right? Minimum value, suppose maximum 50, initial value suppose 25 in the middle, right? So we can change over here, we can take the column 2. Okay, we need to add this dot add, right? Slider, where we need to add in the first row and second row. I think it is dimension with the 1, right? So here we can check it is visible or not. We check it. It is a grid layer. Structure of the grid layer is not support. We are just take the default where it is added. And also we require the size, set size. Okay, so this initially tickers and labels are not visible, so we need to make it visible as we require. And I think horizontal is good. Okay, first we check it. What happening with the tickers. Dot set print labels true. ticks. Set print text. Not visible. Make it horizontal. Okay. Horizontal 0 time minor tick spacing 2. Okay. We need to define the spacing, otherwise it is not possible to display at which distance they not take a decisions. So missing parameter is the set minor measure tick spacing and minor tick spacing, right? Suppose 1 or 2 or we take it's not will display. Why it's not display? Because of spacing issues. Okay, we need to set the size. SRL dot set size. Width is suppose 300. Width is height is 50. Right. So they take the designing constraint. Right. Or now our target is what? When we are scroll, we require to result over here. So again, it is what the same kind of that. We take the anonymous over here. It's working. Add change listener. Right. Is the adjustment listener in the scroll bar. Change listener in the slider bar. So new change listener. This one. Right. This is anonymously handling. Implemented. We just take the method, this one change listener. Our target is what? Same like this one. Make it copy. Instead of slider, we take the we over here we take the slider value, right? Get value and then what happening? It's not so good. This is so it's look good. Not look so good. Why it's happening the issue? Okay, we can increase the size of the frame 500 500. Right? Clear? Now it is 40. Yes, 40. 0. It is depend on applications where it is related with the volume or that. So instead of taking the integer value from the user, it is a good option to use a slider, right, to controlling the parameters from on another kind of the. Okay, we are going with the next menu bar, menu items, right, and menu. This is an important point of view, and normally in the many application we use it. Right? So that is a three kind of the object. Menu bar. So we know that menu bar is what? It is our main menu. It is known as a menu bar, and it is always normally in it at the top. Right? The menu. So menu means when we click on the file and it is display the item, number of items. So this whole thing is known as a menu. Right? Menu, file menu, edit menu, help menu, like that. And menu item is an individual item. Cut, copy, paste is known as a menu item. So three are different. This is a menu bar, right? This is a menu, and this is a menu. Right? But in this example, what we are doing first. These are constructor menu examples. We create the frame, create the menu item. That means we create the first menu item, cut, then take the object of menu, item copy, paste, select all. Okay, create the four different objects. Right now it is independent. We are not added anywhere. It is visible in the file or edit. We are not added. Right? Now it is what menu item. When we click on that item, we need to perform some. So it is behave like a button. So we require the action listener. Right? So cut dot add action listener in the current class. Copy dot add in the current class. Add action. That means one method we are bounded with the all the controls. We can check the what is the title, and depend on title we take the actions. Now we create the object of menu bar. That means for that one we create the menu bar. Okay, fine. Now create the three different menu: file menu, edit menu, help menu. File menu, edit menu, help. Right? Now in the edit menu, edit this one. Edit dot add cut, edit dot add copy, paste, selector. That means we create these four items. Now it is part of the edit menu, right? But still these three menus are independent, right? So we add three menu in the file dot member dot edit file. At the first we add the file menu, so it is visible as a first. We add then edit menu to edit, help, then end, right? Now we create the one more text area, right? So text field is a single line, right? Text area is a multi-line. So when we require the paragraph, we use a text area instead of a single line. But for the email address or phone number, name, text field is the enough. We set the size, left, top, width, height. Now we add this our main menu bar, right? We add item in the menu, we add the menu in the menu bar, and now we add the menu bar in our frame. So it is visible at the top. We add the text box in this one, right? And set JMenubar to the MB, right? This is a special function available for the menu bar. Frame dot set menu bar equal to MB. So it is visible. It's not behave like a normal component. It is behave like a menu bar. And what is the option missing code is the listener, right? We write over here this, but where is the function action perform it? This action perform it. So what is our type? We take the source e dot get source. It is a cut, paste, copy, select which one. So that means in the previous slide, right, cut, copy, paste, but we declared it is outside the function. So it is accessible in the another functions over here, right? If it is equivalent, either we check the get text, then it is also enough, right? We check the text or either directly reference. So now it is a object reference. It is a cut object, yes. Paste object, yes. Then do this thing, this thing, this thing. Now we use a ta for the text box dot cut. That means if we select anything in the text box and then press, suppose this is a selection, and we put on the cut, right? So this portion is cutting down. So depend on selection. Now we click on the paste. Suppose we click over here and paste, then it is copied there. Right? Like that. Copy, then it is a look like a cut, but the source is remain over there. And select, so by default is select all. Okay, we take the example of menu items. Okay, now create class demo menu extend frames. Okay, and constructor demo menu bar. Okay. This dot set bonds 100 100 500 this dot set visible. Okay, this dot set layout. Suppose we require a normal flow layout, we need just to add one text box, or you can use that null. This dot default close option. Now we require the menu items. First, it is also possible we are doing in the step by steps. So first we need the menu bar, right? Menu bar, new menu bar. Now we add this menu bar in our frame. Okay. Now we add the menu. It's a file menu. Give the name file menu, or we just require the edit menu. Then okay, fine. We can work with the only edit menu. Over here, for the example, we take it menu bar. We add the menu bar. We first the edit menu, so it is visible first for the testing purpose, right? Then dot file menu. So adding of the menu bar in the front is the insert method, right? Okay, now we need to create. Now we create the J item. We know that we require the JMenu items in our function calling it to handle the action. Okay, yes. So which we require the cut, copy, paste, and select. Now, so first we need to create the object for the new menu item. Give the name. Copy, paste, select all, visible text. In the variable we do not add the space. Now we need to add in the which item? So it is part of the edit menu. The edit dot add cut menu items. Similarly for the copy, copy, paste, and select all. Okay. Okay. Now ready. Here main method is missing, so we need to add the main method. Public static void main argues. Just create object for demo menu bars. Method is there. Missing what we are missing? Yes. This is your set menu bar. There is not visible special function for the menu bars. What is the exception is there? Okay, now visible. So first we add that, so it is visible at first, and so like this. Now we need to perform the action. Okay, and for that purpose we take the one text box, J text area, right, for the multiple line, equal to new J text area. Okay, we can set the bounds dot set size, suppose 300 by 300, right? And now this is a part of the frame, right? Text box. Okay. We need to define the methods. Okay, we know that we are just required the only just right now. Suppose this is a cut, so cut dot add action listener. So we can define the anonymous function. It you can take this, check the slide. So it is a common function. We know that this function is only called when we click on the cut, right? We click on the cut, then this method is coming to here, otherwise it is not over here. So we do not need to check it is a cut button or not, right? Because this listener, this function is bounded here separate. So what is our target? Target is a cut, right? Then ta dot cut. This text box is not available because we are declaring over here, so it is not available in any other functions, so we can define here. Okay, so now it's dot cuts. So where it is correct is a accumulator memory. Copy dot add action listener new action listener. So again we define the separate function, right? Create dot copy, right? Great. Okay. Now similar for the what? For the copy is completed, for the paste and for the select all, right? For the paste we can paste, select all. Now we can check the select all methods. This is a method and this is not a variable, this is inbuilt function. Okay, now we check it. Text box is size of the text box is not so fine. There's something missing inside area. What is a layout? Make it null. Suppose it is a 5 300 width is not so fine. This maybe it is a considered as a line, and then we are doing here. I think we make it small size so it is easily visible. issue of the layout. What is the layout? Suppose new grid layout. Redundant. It's not the size. Just save this code at the last. We first make it visible and then draw it. It's not a good practice. Yes. Right. First we have make it visible and then try to draw. Okay, now our target is what? Hello world program, right? So we make it cut. Cut is that we are putting over here. Paste. Paste is there. We can program make it copy. We then paste. Paste is there. We can make it select all. Yes. Copy. Yes. Paste. Paste. Fine. So we complete today's lecture over here. Right, you can practice this thing. If you have any difficulty, then you can contact me or send your code. Right, with the errors I can solve it. Okay.